every Wednesday. This is all things crypto. This is every Wednesday about free game about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, what's going on in the world. We tell you all the game, and we do it for free. And we are not financial advisors. However, we do trade crypto, and we do read and study crypto a lot. And so I've been doing this since 2017, where I first started dabbling in Bitcoin, and so now we're all in it. So I'm Nem Superstar, aka Crypto K, and my co-host, my fabulous co-host,
Mugata in the building.
So okay, so we start off with the news. We introduce our show. We start off with the news. There's a lot going on in Bitcoin and crypto this week. It's crazy. So Bitcoin is about 21. Around July 1st. They don't know for sure. Hold on. I'm going to read you guys some good news stories. So there is, so Solana, we talked about Solana Web3. They were having trouble with their blockchain. So I have kind of left Solana alone because of that. So I'm not really, doing too much Solana until they get themselves together.
We done with Solana. No Solana. They blockchain crashed like 10 times in the past year. They're done.
So
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no.
A lot to talk about.
So Bitcoin, as a lot of you know, fell into its lowest level in 18 months. Moo just talked about this, but people were saying that they gave up other job offers to work for Coinbase, and now they're unemployed. I want to put a pin in Coinbase because there's some things going on with Coinbase that people don't want to address. Ethereum merges with Anthony Donofrio. I guess their merge. They're going to talk about the founding member. They're going to talk with founding member of Ethereum. He is going to do a video tomorrow. So I guess if you guys are really into Ethereum, this looks a little. Actually, no, that's incorrect. So don't talk to that. He already had that conversation on the 30th. Michael Saylor, of course, says it's a great time to get invested in Bitcoin. What's up, Michi? What's up, Fabiana? What's up, Natalia's back, and Fly Sneakers is on. What's up, everybody? I already sent you guys on my Twitter is the leaked first draft of the crypto regulation from the United States. So if you guys want to see the first draft of how Bitcoin is going to be regulated by the U.S., go ahead and look on my Twitter, which is at Nem Superstar. And I think I also posted it on Instagram or something like that, which is at Nem Superstar as well. So right now during this crash, it's not just Coinbase, but Crypto.com and BlockFi are all announcing layoffs during the crypto crash. The New York Fed's president urges colleagues to prepare for coming digital payment transformation. Okay, so he just talked to Columbia University on the 1st of June about preparing people for digital payment transformation. And then we know, so I want to talk a little bit. So 18% of the workforce was laid off during crypto winter, they call it. Bored Ape. If anybody has a Bored Ape, if you have a Bored Ape, you have hella money.
My man Seth Rogen spent like $300 million to get his Bored Ape back too. Yeah, they stole his Bored Ape. He paid $300 to get that joint back though. That's money, like you said, man.
What's up, guys?
We'll get there.
Bored Ape.
Godchild in the building.
NFTs worth 2.8 million were stolen from Bored Ape. And then Block CEO Jack Dorsey, he briefs congressional Democrats on Bitcoin, which is big. So Jack Dorsey, well, that was back in April. He briefed the congressional Dems on Bitcoin. And so I do want to talk about that. Starbucks, we already talked about this a couple weeks ago, but they're launching their NFTs. And Ethereum, they've been talking about it for a year now. Hey, what's up, Godchild? But they are trying to revamp their blockchain to get it better. And that, as we talked about before, the crypto bill with digital assets as commodities right now is considered an asset. So I guess they want to go into commodities, and that is big because every time you change the vocabulary of something in the court of law, it changes the laws that surround it. Okay, so that is the news I will give you guys today. I just want to talk a little bit about some things that were really huge this week. What's up, Grind and Grooving? So Celsius, if you guys have followed Celsius froze its assets and it froze all account withdrawals once crypto started going crazy. And that's big news. I want to also tell you what happened to me with Nexo. You guys know, if you've been following for a while, that I'm a big fan of Nexo, right? Nexo burned me big time. So we got to talk about that, because I want to talk to you about all my ups and downs so you guys don't make the same mistakes, or you're more knowledgeable about what happens than I am. So so just some of the comments, and then I'm gonna hand it to Mood to talk a little bit. Flyer Sneaker said there should be at least 1,000 people on this live. I agree, but my friend said that she was like, because somebody was so if you guys have been watching my page, Jay-Z and is it Jack Dorsey just decided to do a Bitcoin education in Brooklyn, and people were like, well, I'm suspicious, or they're not supporting it. And it's like, we give so much game. People in the community are giving game like Jay-Z, and then it's like people talk about it, people stop doing it, and then 2 years when Bitcoin explodes or whatever, people are like, oh, you didn't tell the community. Well, the community, we are telling the community. There are people, but the community also has to be aware enough, and they have to see potential to buy into things. But we give where we need to give. Start off with, there's lots to talk about, so much to talk about.
Talk about bitch ass Celsius. That's what you want to talk about. Bitch ass Celsius. Due to extreme market conditions, they pause all withdrawals, swaps, and transfers. That's your money. And they just like, nah, you can't touch it no more. So watch out for these lending companies, because they weren't ready for it's a dip. Dips happen. They weren't ready. So I respect Celsius because they always come on every week and say whether they're doing good or bad. Now that they pause everything, the dude that runs Celsius, now his throat hurt. He can't talk the same. He talking like the Godfather. You got to see him next week. You know what I'm saying? So watch out for them lending platforms, because they promise us 20% yield, APY, the annual percentage yield. They be promising, when you get that much yield promised to you, is as a catch-22. And the catch-22 is they're not ready when the people want to the liquidity comes. That's what they're not ready for. They're ready when it's all good, fine, and dandy when the market's going up, up, up. But when the market starts going down, everybody gets panicky and starts pulling out. Now they don't know y'all no more. Now we got to freeze accounts and all of that. That's why we keep telling y'all, buy your crypto and then move it to your own wallet. We're not looking for 20% APY. I'm looking for maybe 4%. Truthfully, I ain't looking for nothing. But if you're going to put your money on Celsius or BlockFi, or I forgot the other one, use maybe 5%. The other 95%, just leave in your own personal wallet. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I want to talk about Celsius, bitch ass.
Okay, well, I want to talk about next though. Fly Sneaker, you said who burned you? Tell me who burned you. You said somebody burned you. So I got burned by Nexo big time. So yeah, remember I was telling you how I got a loan with Nexo within 24 hours, got money and everything like that. And I gave them Ethereum, and I gave them some Bitcoin or whatever to stake. I mean, as a loan, right? So they send emails, and every time they send emails around, so what happens is, I don't care what nobody says. These white boys get greedy, okay? And anybody would get greedy, but they get greedy and they become thieves. And I don't, so like they.
No doubt. That's all it is. It's greed. You said it. That's the perfect word, because they ain't got to get that greedy. You know what I'm saying? They making plenty of money. You know?
Millions and millions, y'all. So listen, so I was like, okay, I needed a loan. I needed to do something for an attorney. I needed something for an attorney, and I didn't want to use my money, my like fiat currency, my dollars. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna, do this, try this loan with my crypto. As soon they kept sending me these emails saying, hey, top up your crypto once it reaches this amount. They said your crypto is at this percentage. It was like 73%. They said once it gets to 84%, then we'll liquidate, right? So I'm like, okay. And they sent me tons of emails. I'm like, well, they won't liquidate yet because it's not at 84%. Tell me why they liquidated everything.
Mm-hmm.
All of my crypto. All of it. Okay, y'all. So, and there was quite a bit in there. And the catch-22.
Yep.
One is I'm an investor. So I never take money out just to spend. Very rarely do I do that. So even though like they took all my damn money and I'm pissed or whatever, because they never said, hey, you're at the percentage that they have in the emails. They never said in those emails that, hey, you're at 83%. You have 3 hours, 24 hours to go ahead and top up. They made it seem like I was below the threshold and therefore they weren't going to liquidate, but they liquidated it all. Okay. And so that being said, I invest. So if I take money out, I do it for a reason. So I had to do it with an attorney, a situation, a person situation that was going to provide me wealth. And actually the situation panned out. So that's the good news. The attorneys got what I paid them for. And so it was worth the investment, but I didn't do it to spend money. I did it to invest and then pay it back later. So just know that I learned from my mistake with with Nexo, that basically what they'll do, because there's no regulations yet, is that they're going to go ahead and they're going to liquidate whenever they feel like it. They use the market as an excuse to liquidate to steal your crypto or whatever. So they took Bitcoin and Ethereum. Luckily, I put more Ethereum than Bitcoin because I'm very stingy with my Bitcoin, but still. So that's just a word to the wise. I want to share with you guys both our ups and our downs, okay? The good news is that what I used the money for did pan out, so that was good. The bad news is that it was a loan that I was going to pay back so I could keep my crypto, but they liquidated all my crypto. So between Celsius and Nexo, just know they're predatory. And that's how they all are until it gets regulated. So just be careful. That's all.
Yeah, they definitely want to regulate soon, and that'll balance the market. So right now, just remember, it's volatile because there's no regulation yet. So that's the key. That's why you can 100x a coin, because it's not regulated. Once it gets completely regulated, then everything will be normal. Prices will be stable, but we won't be able to make as much money as we can right now while it's not regulated. So it's a catch-22. Like I said, these lending platforms, all of them from Coinbase to Gemini, once your money is on them, it's in the contract that if they go bankrupt or whatever, they could keep all your money, all your coins. That's like you are the unsecured creditor, period. That's how they work, is in the contract. So it's fucked up, but that's life. So you know what I mean? That's why we keep stressing, get a Ledger wallet, a Treasure wallet, even just get a hot wallet, an Exodus or a Trust wallet. Anything besides keeping your money on these exchanges. And while I'm on the topic, the feds are now trying to actually regulate unsecured wallets too, because they're going to act like we want to know where the criminal activity is. That's not why they're doing it. They're doing it so they can control us as usual, because cash is where the criminal activity is. Fiat cash is criminal activity. So don't tell me this was invented to go from peer to peer. So if I'm a criminal and you're a criminal, it's none of their business. Catch me if you can, but you don't got to regulate my wallet, period. And that's what they're trying to do. They're throwing that out there. And they're also throwing all these stories out there to stop new investors. Because some good friends of mine, now that Bitcoin dropped to 20,000, they're like, see, I told you, Moo, is not it's not popping like you said. It's not a hedge against whatever. It's not a hedge against inflation, blah, blah, blah. But if they knew, if you just look at the data, Bitcoin was supposed to go down. You could just look back at the data. They know Bitcoin is going to drop. They didn't know to what, how low, but it goes up, it goes down. And just like we know, it's going to reach an all-time high like in 2023, 2024. I think 2024, when the halving happens, it's going to reach another all-time high. So they know that. But the people who don't invest and aren't familiar with this space, they're going to get scared. And that's all they do, put out these fake stories to scare people away from this market. But there's nothing to be scared about. Buy. Not a financial advisor, but even if Bitcoin hits as low as 6,000, keep buying, because that will, I predict 40, 50 years from now, it will be that, like the US dollar. You know what I'm saying? People will measure stuff in Bitcoin, period. So, yeah, lynch mob. All right. What up, fam? But yeah, so they put out all these bullshit stories just to scare us, but we're not scared. That's why we're here, just to like pass on the knowledge we know, because we know a lot of people in the industry. Crypto K is always reading and just learning everything she can about this space to pass it on to you. The news stories we see is just to scare us away. Don't be scared, Don't be emotional right now,
And talk about, so we talked about Nexo and Celsius. So y'all, this, like, I went ahead and took the risk, and then I got like hit for the risk or whatever, but it did pay off. I will say this, even though I feel like I'm mad as hell because they were on some scammy, like Monray said, they did a snatch and grab. So, I was going to say they didn't do rug pull, but they definitely are scammy. So just so you know, yeah, that is good advice. Michi's like, I'm super happy the other investment worked out. Me too, Michi. What's up, Ismaniel? Okay, so I want to talk about this mansplaining. Okay, so I always feel like because I'm a woman, I'm talking about crypto. Crypto is typically a male dominated space, so it's technology or whatever. It's like people come on my post and comment and just mansplain away, and I'm like, dude, like I guarantee you, with the exception of a few people, you're not trading the same way. And so what recently happened on my page was everybody was like, why are you telling people to buy altcoins during the dip? And if it's going to 14K, why are you telling people to buy now and all this stuff? And I'm like, please stop, because number one, everybody's always guessing about Bitcoin. Like, oh, it's gonna go to 0, it's gonna go to 14, it's gonna go to 100,000, it's gonna go to 1,000,000. Nobody knows, y'all. Nobody knows. I don't care what anybody tells you. This is a brand new technology. Bitcoin is operating on its own protocol. Its own protocol that it is going to have no matter what. The miners, if the miners decide to stop mining, that's the only way. And then other people are going to start mining it. So it went down to about 20K, I think. That was the lowest it went down. With the Feds, they had their meeting today at 2:30 p.m. And so after the Feds, it shot up another 2,000 points. So if you bought it 20,000, if you bought the dip, like I've been telling people, always buy the dip, you just made some money. Okay. And I was buying the dip all the way down. I was buying the dip at 27, 26, 20, 21, and invest what you can. If you can only buy $5 of the dip, buy $5 the dip. The dip doesn't have to be $1,000. I was putting like $5, $10 in Bitcoin. I put like 100 or 50 because that's going to be more of a return, or the coins that I feel comfortable with, that I've been working with for a long time. So my point is I always buy the dip, even if it's a $5, just buy the dip. And so because I bought the dip, once it went up, I made a little money. You know what I'm saying? I lost some, made some, or whatever. So it's actually still in a dip right now. What's up, Lolade? It's actually, Bitcoin is still in a dip right now. So everything's still, even though it rose up with the Fed announcement, the Fed basically rose interest rates by 0.75. So it's actually, so with that statement, people like that. And if crypto is correlated to stocks right now, people like that. So then Bitcoin went from 2019 to 22, and now it's at $22,635.73. So again, it's still a good time to buy the dip. I don't care if you put $10 and that's all you do. Hold, I'm a hodler. You want to make money with Bitcoin, it's not like that. Bitcoin, the most money I made Bitcoin in was a lot of money, was when I bought in 2017, and I was it for 2 years. I didn't look at it. And then when I looked at it in year 3, I was like, holy shit. And I'm sorry, God. I was like, damn. So yeah, go ahead, Moon, my bad.
I was just gonna say that's what DCA is about, dollar cost average anyway. You don't care what it costs, you just keep buying it every month, whether it's $5, $10, $20, every week, whatever. So it doesn't matter whether Bitcoin is 60,000 or 4,000. You're just gonna keep buying it because we believe in it. We want everybody this is the retirement plan for us. You feel me? So when we hit 60, 65, that's when we're gonna look at it. We're not trying to make money day trading. We just want to be in this space before it's too late, before the Bitcoin runs out. Amazon was $18 in 1997. Now it was $2,400 before they just split. Now they split the stock. So now you get Amazon for like $100 because they split it 20 ways, I think. So if you'd have just paid $18 for one Amazon stock in 1997, you would have been up $2,400, right? Same thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was $1 in 2011. So now in 2022, it's 20,000. That's not bad. So when people be like, oh my God, Bitcoin is crashing, no, this is an 80% dip that it always takes, so they call it a drawdown. It's like an 80-85% drawdown that's always expected from Bitcoin. See, that's how they make their money. They wait for it they buy low and then they sell high and they make a shitload of money. I'm not one of those guys. I'm just a hodler. I buy and I keep. I'm going to pass this to my grandkids. Hopefully my great-great-grandkids will have this. And that's my strategy. So like I said, we just come here, we hang out with y'all on this platform and just tell y'all the stuff we've been through. And, hopefully some of it passes along. Y'all can pass it along. We want the knowledge that y'all been through. And we try to figure this out. Some of y'all want to day trade and all of that. That's fine. You know what I mean? But right now, during the bear market, it's not time to do any of that unless you know about puts and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Limit orders and all of that stuff. See, that's like a next level of trading. We started this platform because people are afraid of this crypto space. So we just want y'all to know the crypto space is safe. It is volatile, but it's perfect time to jump in because it's not regulated. What's the problem with it not being regulated? People like Nexo will screw you. Celsius will screw you. BlockFi will screw you in a second because it's not regulated. You know what I mean? So that's it, man. That's why we're here, though, just to keep learning and passing information along.
Okay, and I was gonna say the reason why also too the exchanges are starting to they're starting to reduce and do layoffs or whatever is several reasons. One is because so people gravitate the first adopters, early adopters, which is what we are to crypto. They come to crypto because they're like, okay, it's an alternative to the banking system. This is somebody who's going to be different. They're going to, you know, I believe in this. There's this, it's just a different feel. So when Coinbase starts acting like the government's bitch, same with BlockFi, same with crypto.com, these exchanges start to listen to the government and do whatever the government tells them to do, it doesn't become what people are putting their money into, right? So as soon as we heard in the crypto world, those of us who trade a lot or just ride or die Bitcoin fans, as soon as we heard, hey, when the truckers in Canada were having an issue and they were protesting and the exchanges started to freeze their accounts, when you hear that Coinbase, if they go bankrupt, they're going to snatch your money off the exchanges, when you start to understand that all these places like BlockFi and crypto, these exchanges can freeze your assets. What did everybody do who was a real true crypto fan? I know what I did. I took my damn crypto off of those exchanges and started putting them in trust wallets instead. And so that's what's going on, is that what I think a lot of these exchanges did not understand is your base is using you because we feel like, hey, this is a safe haven. Once your base started feeling as though you were going to sell them out, your base started going to wallets because those trust wallets are way more safer. And so now, no, we're all of our money isn't on Coinbase like it used to be. Like I used to have a lot of my crypto sitting on Coinbase and I was like, no more, after I heard that they were going to sell me out over the government saying anything. So the reason why people are starting to put their stuff in wallets like Trust Wallet is because Trust Wallet is saying it's a hot wallet. It's saying to people and to saying to governments, we cannot give you the codes even if we wanted to. That is not how the system is set up. Also, too, everybody is preparing for 2024. That is why they are scaring you guys away from crypto, because in 2024, when the halving starts in Bitcoin, everything will shoot up. Bitcoin, I don't care what you guys think or what people tell you, unless you're just a really good day trader, crypto is a long-term game. It is a long-term game. The last thing I'll say is, for example, Ethereum, which is one of the second most widely used cryptos, and it's the number one most widely used crypto in terms of like purchasing things. Ethereum, when it launched, was $1, and that was in 2015, right? 7 years later, it is worth $1,400, and it just dipped. Okay, it was 1234 now, and it just dipped. It was at one point it was like 3,000, I think. So Ethereum started at $1. In 7 years, it went up by 1,200%, y'all. 1,200. You're not going to get that with stocks. You're not. And you're not going to get that with stocks. So they can tell you all they want, like, oh man, you know, crypto and Bitcoin, Ethereum and Bitcoin is crashing. Well, if it's crashing from 3,000%, please do the math with me. Ethereum was at one point $3,200, $3,400, right? It started off 7 years ago at. So if you think crashing is going from 3,000% to 1,200%, then yes, it crashed from that point to that point, but it went up by 1,200. But it took 7 years. Well, it took about 4 years for it to go up 3,000%. So it's a holding game. It's a hodling game, okay? And the trick is, because it's so new, knowing when to hold and when to sell. And that's what I'm trying to learn, because I should have sold, I'm not going to front, I should have sold some of my crypto I would say about 2 years ago, I should have sold it, because my crypto was triple what it was now or what have you, but it still went up. So that's my 25 cents, y'all.
Yeah. And remember, like, this joint.
Call me Zaina. What's up?
Call me Zayna. Lungs Piffarelli. I know you're smoking right now. I hope it's the gelato or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, this joint literally started in 2009. They
Move.
wrote the code in 2008.
Somebody just
So
asked, can I just share it with you?
yeah,
It said, which cold wallet do you trust?
I trust Exodus and Trust. Cold Wallet? Oh, Cold Wallet, not Hot Wallet. Ledger. Ledger all day, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ledger's only been hacked once, but that was the old Ledger, so they upgraded it. So Ledger's like unhackable. And the only way they could get your crypto when you have a Ledger, they gotta come to your house with guns drawn. But like with the hot wallets, they can probably hack into it if they want to. But you know what I mean? But Ledger and Treasure, those are the two. Trezor, Treasure, and Ledger Wallet. Get it on the site itself. Please don't buy it from eBay or Amazon.
So
You get the X. If you could afford the Nano X, get the X.
If you can get the X, get the X. So what's up, official K Cash? I was gonna say too, what's up, Fresh Dress, Johannes. I was gonna say too, also too, if you can have Bluetooth access, because if you have a hard wallet that has Bluetooth access, it can be hackable too. All right, that's my 2 cents, Moo. I know you were on a roll. It's just that I wanted to answer that question. And if you guys have questions, please ask us what we're here for. So please ask our questions. Go ahead, Moo, my bad.
No, it's all good. I was just saying it's still just a new space. It came out in 2009. It's only 2022. It's brand spanking new. So, of course, there's going to be ups and downs. We're at the beginning of the most beautiful thing ever. You know what I'm saying? So it's very exciting times because anything that's new, like the NBA finals are on right now. You know, back in the day, they didn't even televise the NBA finals live. Now it's the biggest thing in the world, right? So things that are new are going to go through trials and tribulations. So that's what this is going through. That's why it's like we're very excited about I'm about the technology first. Forget about the money being made. The technology is off the charts what they can do with this blockchain. You can get deeds to your house, your medical records, everything can be on this blockchain, which is immutable. They can't change it, and you will have proof for life that you can pass to your kids. Like when they burned down Tulsa, then the people went to the bank, was like, yo, I had $1 million in the bank. They was like, you don't got your paperwork, so, and you know me. I have $1 million in this bank. They was like, sorry, sir. But now that everything's on the blockchain, they won't be able to do that anymore. That's why these, like JP Morgan, they doing their own coin, but they're going to do it on a private blockchain. Why? Because they're crooks, period. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like Chase. I'm like Chuck D. I like Chase, but wait a minute. The neighborhood support, so put some money in it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they full of it because a blockchain is meant to be transparent, and they not doing that. So yeah, to continue on my rant, though, the halving is going to happen in 2024. For those of you who don't know, the halving is just a piece of code written to Bitcoin. It's only going to be 21 million Bitcoins ever mined in period. That's it. That's why Bitcoin is deflationary, not inflationary. They can't make more Bitcoin after 21 million a mine. And the halving is just simple this. When people mine Bitcoin, they used to get 50 Bitcoins for every block mined. Then it went in half after 4 years. 25 Bitcoins for every block mine. And now we're right about at 6.25 Bitcoins that people get for every block mined. So in 2024, that's going to be in half again. It'll be 3 point whatever. And that's what they call the halving. So what happens is it goes up and down, up and down. So when the halving is about to happen, it's going down right now. But once the halving happens, Bitcoin is going to reach all new highs. And you could just, don't believe me, just look at the data. So mathematically, of course, Bitcoin is going to go back up from this 20,000. Like I said, I don't care if it goes down to 3,000. It's definitely going to go to an all-time high after the halving happens in 2024. So we might as well stack our coin right now. So yeah, but that's it, man. Just hold your Bitcoin, sell the other cryptos. Ether, they think is going to take over Bitcoin as far as market cap wise. So, okay. But the only thing I will personally ever vouch for is Bitcoin, because there's always somebody coming after Ethereum. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin has no father. It has no master. It is truly decentralized. As decentralized could get. Some people will argue with me about it truly being decentralized. I believe it's 100 million% decentralized because it has no master, it has no leader. Where Ethereum has Vitalik as a leader, Cardano has Charles Hoskinson as a leader, Polkadot has the other guy who also started Ethereum with Vitalik as a leader. And I just say that to say your leader can always type anything on Twitter and change the whole dynamics of how much the coin costs. and the trust that the public has in it by one tweet. Bitcoin, no tweets. Bitcoin's never been hacked. Bitcoin, everybody's biting off Bitcoin now, so they're trying to be deflationary. Like Ether right now is trying to burn all these Ethers so they could merge into Ether 2, going from proof of work to proof of stake. So they're trying to keep up because they know it don't make sense to have 1 trillion coins. There's no money in that. There's money in that. The less coins you have, the more money you have. So, but yeah, any questions you have, I know I'm saying a lot of vocabulary I might not know. Just don't hesitate to ask though.
What's up, Great Chuck? What's on? Okay, so those are all great points, Moo, about Ethereum and burning and stuff like that. The reason what makes Bitcoin different and Bitcoin is truly decentralized is because Bitcoin is on a protocol, right? So whoever set up the code, they set up the code. It's like on autopilot. So when we talk about the halving, we talked about this last week a little bit. The halving just means that every 4 years, Bitcoin releases more Bitcoin into the ether, okay? So every 4 years, and somebody said this before, that it goes along with the elections, it goes into the ether. And so but every time it releases, it gets more and more harder to mine, and there's less and less Bitcoin. The last Bitcoin will have in 150 years. However, every time it halves, it's less and less Bitcoin that's available. So the next halving is in 2024. The reason why they thought things were going to go down to 14K, which they haven't yet, around this time is because they were comparing this time to the halving that happened before. So remember, we're on a 4-year cycle with Bitcoin. So the only thing people can do is say, hey, this is what happened in the last 2 halving cycles. So they're trying to compare it. So that's why they were like, oh, it's 14,000. It's going to do the same thing that it did in the last halving at year 2. Okay. So we're in year 2 of the halving. We have about a year and a half to go before it halves again. And when Bitcoin halves, that's when the price tends to explode. Okay. So every time last halving, Bitcoin went to 7,800 from I think $400 or something like that. So, and then now it went from 7,800 in the last halving to now it's 22,000. And people are like, oh, Bitcoin is crashing. Bitcoin is done. Listen, y'all, it jumped by 4 times itself. Okay. So it went from 7,000 to 22,000. At one point, Bitcoin was at 30,000. And then before it was at 40,000, everybody kept saying it was low. But if you look at the cycles, it is huge. It is a high return. So if you look at this every 4 years, then the expectation that if it jumped by 4 times, and that's just where we are now, like about 3 or 4 times itself in that halving cycle, then if the next halving cycle, if Bitcoin does the same thing it's done in the last 3 or 4 halvings, Bitcoin could potentially go to, if we just do 3 or 4, let's be conservative and say, let's say it goes 3 times itself. If Bitcoin is currently at 22,000, let's just say it stays right here, and the next 2024, that means that Bitcoin will go to 60,000, and then it'll fluctuate and go up and down from there. So in the next 4 years, Bitcoin will go to 240,000. So we don't know. This is all estimating. It's such a new technology, but I just want you guys to know what the cycles are, so you're educated. And at this time, we have about 15 minutes left, so I want to hear what Emu has to say. And then also, if we can, if somebody has questions, please ask questions. If you want to join our live, definitely come and join our live.
Yeah, even the experts predicted Bitcoin would hit 100,000 this year, so they're wrong a lot too. It is a big guessing game. Mm-hmm. But even now, some experts say it'll hit 600,000 by the year 2030, right? So maybe let's go with 300,000. The real problem is 600,000 won't be worth 600,000. I mean, 600,000 won't be worth 600,000 in 2030. It'll be worth 50%. So in other words, it only have $300,000 worth of buying power, because inflation. So that's the thing too. It's hard to tell, but the experts have been wrong too. So we don't know. Like I said, what I believe is that this is digital gold, which means it's a store of value. And you sit on Bitcoin and you hold it, period. What Crypto K believes is Ethereum is going to be what we be spending, is the money spinning coin. You're going to be buying and selling a bunch of stuff like the NFTs with Ethereum. Bitcoin, we just sit on it and hold it. Yeah, what do you want to say?
Yeah, I want to jump in. One thing, Godchild, are you willing to come on our live and talk about your mining experience with Bitcoin? I definitely think that because if you look at ENS and what Web3 is doing, all Web3, most of Web3 is setting itself up on Ethereum. So a lot of the transactions in Web3 are all Ethereum already. So I feel like when we move into Web3, which will be peer-to-peer lending, is going to be Ethereum almost all day. I think other cryptos, yes, depending on what country you're in. So I think like some countries are going to shift. Like some countries are going to, they like Doge. So you're going to have to convert your Ethereum to Doge. Some countries may like Litecoin. So you might have to switch to Litecoin. But I feel like the dominant currency is going to be Ethereum for purchasing, unless Ethereum just can't get it together and the
They
gas.
better, yeah, that's what I'm about to say. They better get this merge right. This
Mm-hmm.
merge is everything for Ethereum, moving to proof of stake. If they don't get that right, they're done. But if they get it right, they should be fine. Godchild coming on? Bring them on.
Yeah, because I
Godchild.
want to talk about this mining. Okay. I'm about to say, we need to see.
Yes,
What's up,
sir.
Godchild?
Yes,
Good to
sir.
see you. Thanks for
It's
joining
hot where
in.
you at too, I see. I'm burning up where I'm at, man.
Godchild, we can't hear you. You might have your stuff on mute. We're waiting for Godchild so we can hear him. Can you hear him, Moo? I can't hear him.
Nah, not yet.
Okay, we'll wait for Godchild to get his volume together so we can hear about his mining experience. He said that he's mining right now. So I think miners really are the ones that are making this all work. So every time you buy anything on crypto, you are a miner is mining that for you in order for you to like buy it.
Can
What's
you hear
up,
me now?
Godchild?
Yeah, we
Hey,
can hear you. What
how you
up? What
guys
up?
doing?
All right.
Okay,
All
tell us
right.
about your mining experiences. Tell us
Okay.
what you're mining. How does it work? What are miners thinking about Bitcoin and the halving? What's the chat amongst the miners?
Okay. Uh, so far I'm using an app called Crypto Tab, where you can pretty much download it on Android or iOS, right now. Depending on like what device you're on. If you're on Android, I think it's like $2, and on iPhone, I think it's like $3 or $4 or whatever. I've been like testing it out for like over a year now. For
Mm.
one on my phone, and I'm currently doing it on my phone right now, and the other one I did on my PC. The PC was more so like a testing ground to see like it's legit or whatever. So I've been mining, I'll say up to like $100 worth of Bitcoin, and to also to withdraw it into my wallet. And Lord behold, I mean, it worked or whatever. So it's like, okay, cool. This is pretty much legit. So right now on my phone, the Bitcoin that I'm mining on my phone and everything, I'm basically trying to mine a full Bitcoin. So once I actually mine a full Bitcoin and withdraw it to my wallet, then I'm gonna just hold on to it. Just like you guys said and everything, don't pretty much don't sell Bitcoin and everything. Just hold on to it. That's pretty much, your retirement right there. But um, the app itself is more so like, dealing with a mining pool.
See how they be hating?
I
Every
know
time
Huh?
we
he's
get
giving
some
I
like
got
some
you.
real
information, yo,
game
this
talking
is
about the
not.
mining pool.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. We didn't
Go
go.
ahead,
We
go ahead.
heard
We
we heard
lost
something
you for a
about the
second.
mining pool, and that was it. Go ahead. You were saying.
Okay. Yeah. So basically it's more so like a cloud, it's like cloud mining pool, like where just like any other miners, whatever, they use different networks, whether it's like, a cellular network or on your internet from all over the world, just as in using the CPUs off of the whether it's your phone or any device that you're using, to basically use that
Mm-hmm.
to continue that blockchain to keep it going or whatever. So
Mm.
I'm using pretty much the performance on my phone in order to pretty much, mine pretty much that Bitcoin. And the same with my laptop. You can basically set the speed of how fast you want to basically mine on your laptop or whatever, but it will, because it's using so much power of your CPU on your PC or whatever you're using, it's gonna of course slow certain production down. Like whether you want to surf the internet or stream it or what, like right now and everything, because it's taking the majority of your power that you're using on your device. So on my phone right now, it's more so like, you just tap a button and it just go through the mining process, automatically. But the thing is, on your phone, it only mines 3 hours at a time. So, and it goes to the basic speed of pretty much like one speed. But they also provide cloud boosters where you can basically mine 2 times the speed, 3 times the speed, 10 times the speed, or 15 times the speed. And I think they have different rates, as in you have to pay like a certain amount either every month, every 3 months, or for a whole year. I already bought the 15 times X speed for a year, and that ran me like I'll say like 100 or something bucks. But I got it for
So,
cheap or whatever. But it was
so
worth it.
how lucrative is mining?
It's I mean you pretty much it's like I said, it's real lucrative, now as in you basically earning crypto for free. Well, because you're basically, you're using pretty much your hardware and your devices or
Mm-hmm.
whatever just to basically mine that, particular crypto.
Mm-hmm.
There's other mining equipment as well as websites where you can mine different crypto. You can mine probably like Dogecoin, Ethereum,
Mm-hmm.
but you pretty much got to do your research into actually finding those. I think one of them is called hold on, let me see right quick. Hold on.
And can you DM me this information? I'm gonna post it for my followers.
They froze him again, yo.
That
You know what
was
I'm saying?
crazy.
Too much information, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go on my hate the government rant, yo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's trying to tell us. So Godchild is mining. He's one of miners, and miners make everything go around. What were you saying, Godchild? Now?
Okay. I was saying there's different like mining like apps or let alone rigs or whatever where they pretty much you can mine any crypto,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's like Dogecoin,
Mm-hmm.
Ethereum, Litecoin, ADA, pretty much Cardano, like anyone, but you got pretty much got to actually look for it and actually do your research to find those different platforms that allow you to basically get the setup that you need to basically, hook your rig up and everything with the graphics cards or whatever to mine, that crypto or whatever. But
Is it better to mine with your phone or with your PC? Or there's no
I
difference?
say I say it's better to mine with your phone because it doesn't really take that much, I mean, honestly, when it comes to mining, you can use any device to mine. You can use like a gaming device, a tablet, literally anything that has a CPU, you can use it to mine. Now, of course, depending on how powerful the device is and how powerful powerful the graphics cards or whatever, you'll mine a good chunk of most of I'll say like the Satachis or it's pretty much like hash speeds, whatever. You'll basically mine more depending on the day or whatever. But the one with the lowest and everything, you probably mine like what 10 cents, probably 25 cents. The most you can mine like over $100 or more, depending on how powerful the device you have.
Is that $100? But in what time? But in what time period? $100 or
A
more?
day,
Like in
a day.
you can mine $100 a day.
Oh, 100 or more, depend. Like I said, if you have a
See,
powerful if you have a powerful CPU as well as say graphics cards or whatever, as well as the mining rigs, you could mine over $100 a day. There's plenty of YouTube videos where like certain people's where they have powerful
what's the average amount of money people make to mine per day?
I'll say average. I'll say well like $5.
So
Five,
that's the
five,
average.
$5 or lower. Yeah, $5 or lower. Yeah,
Yeah, so
that's average.
that's 150 a month, which ain't bad. That'll pay a
Yeah,
couple of bills. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. And
You
at the
get
begin,
everything in Bitcoin though, right? You mine and then you
yeah,
get it in Bitcoin and it goes straight to your wallet though, right?
yeah. Right now it's pretty much on the app that I'm using is where I pretty much mine it. When I get ready to withdraw, I can like just as a withdrawal, the amount of money, the amount of Bitcoin that I mine, I withdraw it to my wallet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it passive income, or do you have to watch it and do things to it?
No, it's pretty much simple. It's like it's passive income. All you gotta do is just press a button and it just mine it for you, and you can just go about your day or whatever.
Oh, that's
And like I
nice.
said, and I said it's like with your phone, they only have like a 3 hour mining period, so
Mm-hmm.
you gotta check your phone every 3 hours. Me, I set a timer for every 3 hours. And once the alarm go off, I basically remine, just press a button, and then I
Okay.
hit my alarm again.
So quick question
With
about
a
it.
piece,
So quick question.
huh?
How much is the equipment, like if you wanted to make 100 a day or close to that, how much is that equipment to purchase?
I'll say right now, dealing with the chip shortages and everything,
Mm-hmm.
people just like, and I mean, this is way past like, the gold rush when it comes to
What's up, Blue
actually
59?
buying,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to buying crypto and also mining it or whatever. I'll say graphics cards going up to like, what, a 1500 to 3,000 because people was buying up graphics cards like, just in bulk, and they also like, scalping it. So it's like they'll basically buy it for themselves to basically mine, the crypto for themselves, but also they want to make some money on the side to sell it for other people that's trying to mine. They'll sell it like they'll just like, triple, quadruple the price by selling it.
So
So
they'll
doubt.
sell it for
I've
like
been trying to get a
1,500.
PlayStation 5 for 2
You said the
years. Same
graphics
thing. They
card be
keep
like
doubling the price
1,500.
up.
But if you get one graphics card, how much could you make per month?
for one graphics card, I mean, it depends on how powerful your PC is. I'll say like three to I'll say $7 a day.
Okay.
Yeah,
So then it's like that's not really worth it for seven, yeah,
yeah,
that's like about 300, 270, 300 a month. That's not worth the purchase, the investment price. And so
yeah.
does
And a
that
lot of people pretty much was kind of like iffy or whatever because they thinking because as in they're putting all this power into mining the crypto or whatever,
and then your
but
electric bill is probably crazy
their
too.
electric bill, yeah. So it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, just like they were just like I'll forget it because I'm basically paying more in my electric bill than I am basically trying to like mine this crypto and everything
So
in order to basically get a profit
so
in the
why do
future.
you choose to mine knowing all that? Like what's your why? That corny. What's your why? What's up, Miss Nikki?
Bitcoin, Bitcoin, for one or whatever, because like give it like a few years ago where Bitcoin's I'll say like was at under $1,000.
Hmm.
Um, of course, like people wasn't even thinking about it as in like oh what Bitcoin can do and how far it could go like as it to right now where over I mean back then it was like its all time highs what 60 over to almost 70K.
Hmm.
No, nobody thought like Bitcoin was gonna go that high or whatever. So if they would have had that insight where Bitcoin was gonna go that high, back then, of course they'll mine as much as they can or let alone buy as much as they
Hmm.
can when it was pretty much like a couple of bucks or whatever. But just mining aspect, whatever, they would have just been mining it and just hold on to it. Eventually, when it hit its first, all time high, which was what 20K back in what 2020,
Hmm.
I believe.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah,
it was sell. I mean, sell that.
yep.
So
Love it.
question, do you feel like miners see what's going to happen in the market before everybody else, or what do you think is the advantage of being a miner if there are any?
There's certain miners. It depends on those. Just the same thing that you guys are doing. Just basically putting in the work, putting in the research to see how valuable that particular crypto is and where it's pretty much functions and it's heading towards the future. They'll basically go all into it. There was pretty much a lot of miners, all over, but of course, like certain countries, like literally banned crypto. And I know China was the biggest miners out there in which where
Hmm.
they pretty much banned crypto out there and they basically literally bulldoze like tracking basically miners down and bulldoze their equipment.
That's crazy.
So yeah, that's how crazy it was, and
So,
that's
but
where
yeah, New York is stopping the miners too. Do you think it's because they're trying to stop Bitcoin? Because New York just passed a law to try to shut all those miners down too.
yeah, yeah. And I mean they don't want everybody to get rich. I mean just literally just like pretty much the gold. It's pretty much the gold rush, like the new age gold rush, but
Hmm.
just in crypto.
So, can
Yep.
you, from a miner's last, because we got like about a few minutes left. What's up? I am DJ Kid Fresh, and I am Bear D Dragon. Can you explain the halving, if you can, from a miner's perspective, like what's going to happen from a miner's perspective when Bitcoin halves in 2024?
Um,
If you can, that's fine too. But it's basically a mining situation. But you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Um, honestly, I can't really say.
That's fine.
I honestly, yeah, I can't really say.
That's fine. Okay,
That's
well,
all good.
Yeah,
thanks so much for
Thank-
giving us
Yeah, the
insight.
info was
Hmm.
yes. Y'all only get this information here, man. Like
Yeah,
we might
right.
have
yeah.
to start charging, but I'm gonna just get back to the hood anyway.
We're not
You know
gonna
what I'm
Oh
charge.
saying?
no,
You know
I,
what we're gonna do? We're gonna start to we're gonna do our shirts and stuff like that. But we're never gonna charge for information. We might sell products and stuff, but not information to our community.
yeah. I mean, I got some peeps that I know that's in here now that joined the live. They'll tell you like I'm always just like you guys. I'm always sharing the knowledge and the
Hmm.
information to those who's willing to listen. Obviously, for free. Of course, you got a couple people that just like they don't really believe in it
Hmm.
or just like it's like whatever and everything. I mean, it's cool, whatever. But those who they could tell you, like those who pretty much that was listening to me, basically just like just really grasping the information I was giving to them when it comes to crypto in general and everything, they'll tell you themselves and everything. They've been blessed financially. Really,
Yeah,
really been blessed financially.
that's what's up. So you said, like, people didn't believe in the internet. Now
Yeah.
everybody uses the internet seamlessly. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you pick
And
up
it
your
is,
phone,
and
you
the
don't
thing
even
is,
realize
like,
you're using it. So
and we get
it's out
worried
there.
too. Like, I mean, we're all pro crypto, but we don't know. We don't know if we're investing in something that's not going to pop. But we are also come from the hip hop generation when we loved hip hop, and everybody told us that hip hop wasn't going to last. So we're
Yeah.
a little bit, me and Moo are a little bit different because we were invested in hip hop when people said that hip hop wasn't going to last more than what, a year or something like that. You know what I'm
It's a
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
fad.
we
They
were
said it's a
we
fad.
definitely, yeah, like all that
Now
stuff.
they
So
opened up at the Super Bowl halftime. You know what I'm saying? Straight
yeah,
Yeah.
up.
so we're deaf people. Like once we get into something, we're early adapters. What's up, everybody? What's up, Low Laid? I am having an okay evening. Nay, nay, nay. What's up, nay, nay, nay? All right, y'all.
Hey,
So
what's up,
Now
Nene?
watch me
That's my
that's the
whip.
cousin.
show.
Watch me nay nay.
I
All
know,
right.
right? So thanks so much, guys, y'all, for sharing your information. We're here every Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, where we give out free game about crypto. What's up, Taylor? To you, astrology. Let us know when you want us to come on. And we're
Yeah.
about to wrap it
Yeah, I'm
up.
a yeah, I'm gonna inbox you guys and drop you the link so you know what I'm talking about. The
All
app that I'm using to actually mine Bitcoin.
right.
Yeah,
Good
and I'm gonna
looking.
Yeah.
post it for the followers and stuff like that. I might, if it's just putting on your phone for 3 hours and that's it. I mean, I use my phone a lot,
Yeah.
but
Charge
I'm
that
gonna
joint at
try
your
it.
job. You know what I mean? Use your job's electricity. You know
I
what I mean?
know.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I said,
Look
we
at
hip
Moose already thinking through
hop.
it.
We gonna figure it out. We plug
Moose,
stuff in the lamppost. We gonna figure
your
it out.
job. First of all, Moose, your job. You probably would make $100 a day with all the damn electricity you got over there. Um, So
Man,
Oh
Moon Ray
man.
said, I knew hip hop was real when Target put it in the commercials back in 2011.
word.
Right? All right.
Exactly.
Thanks so much for joining us, Moon. Do you have any concluding words? What's up, Heavy Sarcasm?
Word. Concluding words is everybody have y'all plan. I got one of my plans is to get at least 10% of one Bitcoin. You know, one of my plans is to have like 10,000 Cardano. Who knows what will work, but to have your plan is the last thing I want to say. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just have
Yeah.
your plan and try to stick to it.
Yeah.
So what I'll say is buy the dips, y'all. Like I don't care if it's $5, $10, buy the dips. When everybody is
Mm-hmm.
saying, oh, why are you telling, like when you see people on my post telling me, why are you telling people to buy the dip? That's when you need to buy the dip. They kept trying to
Mm-hmm.
tell me I shouldn't say this, and they kept trying to mansplain to me, but yet I bought the dip, and I'm about to buy this dip, and it's going to go up. I'm a hodler. Bitcoin crypto is a long-term hodling game. If you're a day trader and you're
It's not
making
going
money, that's
nowhere.
fine.
It's not
But
going
Bitcoin,
nowhere.
yeah, and it's about to state the he said Fly Sneaker said, but the real buy the real estate dip. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're about to hit a recession.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Real
you have
estate
money,
next year. You want
we'll
to
talk
buy a
about
house,
real
wait for
estate later.
next
I'm
year.
in real estate right
Yep.
now, but I'll let you know
Yep.
once I finish with it or whatever. So everything, thank you guys. Make sure you share this to everybody. We want our community to know more about these things. The Fed just went up by 0.75% on their interest rates. And instead of crypto, they thought Bitcoin was going to drop because of that. Actually, Bitcoin went up a little bit because of that. But we are now, before Bitcoin was 28 to 32K, now Bitcoin is about 22K. So we'll see what it does. But buy the dip. Any altcoins you feel comfortable with that you've been tracking and charting, buy those too, even if it's $5. So like I like Polygon. I think my go-tos are like Polygon. My go-tos are Ethereum. My go-to is I want to say, what is my little Litecoin? I've invested. D Dub told me to try a coin, and I did. I invested a little bit into it, and then I also bought something that dropped drastically. I'll put it on my Instagram. I just said, hey, it went from like 3,000 to like $670. So I just bought like $30 worth of it or whatever. So buy these dips. I bought my ApeCoin dip. So just choose your altcoins that you like, that you have been charting, and buy your Bitcoin, your Ethereums, and buy the dip. All right. So he said he's locked in at 237. What do you mean? 2.37 Bitcoins? Oh, great Chuck with Sean said, please explain the dip. Okay, so real quick, for those of you guys who don't, who need to know what I mean by when I say buy the dip, is that whenever you see Bitcoin, you should be charting Bitcoin. Just put it on your phone. If you can't, you put a little notification on your phone, and you just watch what Bitcoin is doing like every day, every other day. So you get to know what the average Bitcoin price is over a month or two, right? So I've been watching Bitcoin and it changes. So for the past couple of months, Bitcoin has been charting between 28 and 32K, which has dropped from last year, right? However, it started going down from 28 to 32K. It started dipping to 27, 26, 25. Then it went to 20. Once the feds dropped their information today, it went back up to 22K. So whenever I say buy the dip, I mean like chart Bitcoin, know what its average is for the past couple of months, and then once it goes down from that average, then buy that at that time. So for 2 or 3 months, Bitcoin is at 28K. All of a sudden, you see Bitcoin going to 24K. That's the time to buy $10, $20, whatever you can afford to lose, and that's the time you buy. That's what I mean by the dip.
Mm-hmm. Buy it on the low. Why get it cheap for 20,000 when you get it for 15?
Yeah, exactly. So that's by the dip. All right, y'all. So check out our pages. This is at Nem Superstar on my Instagram and my TikTok and my Twitter. It's all at Nem Superstar. Mugutta is at Mugutta. And you can follow us both and then learn more information on crypto. Godchild, I don't know if you want to give out your Instagram. If you do, feel free.
Sure. It's Gotcha. It's at Gotcha_15. It's the same for my Instagram as well as my Twitter.
All right. Yeah, y'all could DM me anytime. I'm around.
Okay, y'all. Right. I'm about to call you in a few minutes.
All right, y'all.
The white paper.
Okay, thanks, y'all. Everybody have a great rest of the week.